We started in 1952. We went to at Thornton Township, 1952 is when we got started.
And then we all got together in school and they say, well, let's try to do this. You know, we might get lucky.
Didn't want to go into the factories and steel mills and do what our parents had done. And so we decided that we wanted to get a group. Started doing vocal backgrounds, you know, on VJ records. And then we got a hit record called Over the Night.
It went from there.
And we moved to New York and worked out at the Apollo Theater. We played the Apollo Theater 22 times.
It was exciting for me being a newbie when I first met them. It was exciting to drive them around and had bragging rights that I drive the Dells. You know, that was a big deal back there then.
If I would go to somebody's house, you know, and their parent would be like, you know, asking me questions about my father or stuff about the Dells, and they grew up in Harvey. So a lot of people, I mean, they just know them. Like all the families in Harvey, they know. So, but people would ask me stuff about them. And so I started to realize like, oh, this is something that's important to people. But honestly, he's just daddy.
It's been so long. I know I started somewhere in the early 90s. And I still drive them today.
It was exciting. It was an experience. It really was.
A lot of things that I learned from their lifestyle, their ideas, and their way of doing things was exciting.
Very interesting listening to the stories as I was doing their faces, getting them ready.
There's so many memories. I remember back, you know, talking to Marvin Jr. He used to always sit on the front seat and we would have like father to son conversations.
Understanding, again, like I said, how the challenges that they had to go through in being artists, listening to their stories, understanding that things are a lot better now for artists than it was back then for them.
You were there to serve them, but you were more than just a servant to them.
It is very much a family affair. I consider all of them family, but my father has been one of the Dells from the beginning, as well as my uncles.
It was like a culmination of all the years that they had done all the work, and they were finally getting the accolades that they deserved, and that I was a part of it.
You know what? He was just my dad. He was no different. We went fishing and went hiking and camping, rather. And hung out, he hung around the house, we played cards, we played games. He was just a normal dad at home.
And I used to take him to all the sessions with me when he was small. And he watched us all the time and recorded. So he said one day he wanted to be in the music business.
You know, my father would be, hey, there's already a Teddy Pendergrass. Hey, there's already, you know, somebody else, or Al Green, you know. Do your own style. So that's what I started to do. I started to work on my own craft, work on my own voice.
I used to watch him from when he would rehearse, trying to learn a song that they were going to record. So I watched the process from the beginning and then into the studio. Then they recorded the song, and then I actually heard the song on the radio, which was a tremendous experience and gave me a lot of energy to want to do the same thing.
Vern, it was his idea. He had wrote the song years ago. And he said, hey man, I'm going to redo the song, change the verses.
We thought it would be a great idea to incorporate my ideas with their ideas today. Because when I wrote the song for them 22 years ago, it was for them. It was strictly for them from their point of view. Now it's the same idea, but from my point of view.
So I heard it, I loved it, and my father mentioned maybe doing a video for it, and I was like, I'm all in.
We're not singing anymore, so we're basically trying to help them get off the ground like we did when we started.
Part of our legacy. So they're getting them some product out there and take it as far as it can go.
The actual song itself has a great message and a great feeling, and I think people will really love it. So we want to just reach everybody that can receive that.
Whatever you want, darling, I will be.